Hello everybody, Hebro77 here with yet another YouTube vintage action figure video. And today's action figure video we will look at the good old 407 3 and 3/4 inch M.A.S.H action figures. These are vintage action figures. I just got them in today, and we've got several different ones here. But the ones I'll be showing you the back carded. These are all carded, but I may be opening them sooner or later to make a few little action figure movies. As you all know, that's what I do here on the Hebro channel. Also, I wanted to show you real quick before I get into the figures themselves. I have some Jeeps here. Well, here's the figures themselves real quick. Alright. You have Klinger. Yeah. Father McKay. BJ Honeycutt. Winchester. Hot Lips. And down here we have, I couldn't display them all, Colonel Potter. And good old Hawkeye. And you can see with Hawkeye, his head sticking up out of the package here. So I'm probably going to go ahead and open him first. But now, for right now, let me get out these little Jeeps that I'm going to show you real quick. The little Jeeps. I will not be keeping these, so I might as well put them on display here. I promised them to a friend of mine. Let's see if you can see this one from the glare. This is a truck, and this one is the Jeep that they always showed in the show, and this one is the ambulance that they always showed in the show. It seems like they showed the Jeep more. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Jeep was in the intro of the show.
I'm not sure.
But that voice you hear in the background is my friend Scott. He's been staying with me this week. And you saw him on a live stream, or you heard him on a live stream the other night. But that's who I'm going to be giving these to. Do you mind being on camera?
No, not at all.
Alright, well here's Scott. That's my
Hi,
friend.
everyone.
Here's who I'm giving the ambulances and the Jeeps to. Oh, let's look on the back of these real quick before I hand the last one over to you. Looks like they got a fire truck or something. I'm not sure what that is there. Oh, it looks like a rig.
Mm-hmm.
There's a rig.
Like.
I don't ever remember a rig being on M.A.S.H.
No.
And then you got the helicopter. That would be pretty neat to have. I gotta tell you, man, if I get the medical copter, I'm keeping it for myself.
I don't blame you there.
And on the front of the package here, we see the cast of M.A.S.H. It's the cast that they would go for the rest of the series. And you got the M.A.S.H. and it's from Tough Wheels. Die cast metal. I didn't even realize that's what that was. So kind of like Hot Wheels. These are about the size of Hot Wheels. I might get a few of these later on, probably out of the package. Let's see what year these came out. Look on the back here. They usually say on the back. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. 81. Do you see that? 1981. So that's kind of cool. These came out in 81. And I'll hand that over to my friend Scott there.
Alright. Thank you.
And if, show that up to the camera again real quick.
The back.
No, the front.
Oh.
As you can see right here, the holes aren't punched. So that's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Now, all these cards that I'm showing you here, the holes have been punched in. Okay, let's start with Klinger. Now the thing about Klinger is they did have him. They do have him in dress because you look at the back here. Here's the ones I do have. There's Hawkeye, B.J. Honeycutt, Hot Lips, Winchester, Colonel Potter, Potter McKay, and there's the Klinger that has the sort of feminine outfit, or doesn't really look like a dress, but like a pantsuit or something. A woman, some kind of woman. It's not pantsuit, but like I can't explain this outfit too well. But it's not a dress per se. It's definitely like pants or something, and maybe like a top, but that looks like maybe a purse. Looks like he's got a purse with him, and a little flowery thing in his ear, in his hair. Look at this kid. This kid looks like he's gonna beat somebody up. He looks like he just looks like an evil, like Damien or something, man. Look at that look on that kid's face. These all came with a free special offer, and I'll read it to you, even though it's right there on your screen. To receive your own M.A.S.H 4077th fabric patch, collect the special TriStar packages and mail together with a stamped self-addressed envelope too. And there's the address. I wonder if you could still do this. That'd be funny. I doubt it very much, but that would be interesting. Maybe you could still write to them. I don't know. Please wait at least 4 weeks for delivery. Boy, that's a long time. I know nowadays we don't get something after a week. We get disappointed. We're out there waiting.
Yeah.
We're emailing the guy by that time. So here you can see the patch. This is M.A.S.H 4077th. It's got the helicopter on there, the medical copter. Which I did not get a medical copter with these guys, but I do have a Dragonfly that came with the G.I. Joes, and that'll work for now. It's got the little thing on the skis on the bottom that I put like a little stretcher underneath, so that works. So here we have Klinger in his non-woman's outfit. It's just regular army fatigues, and as you can see there, you got the Klinger name tag, which is just cardboard, and you got the little sign that they had that had all the hometowns and stuff from which they were from, pointing the way. And then you also have like Tokyo on there and Seoul, you know, just says different things. Well, I think a lot of those are like for the main cast.
Yeah.
Their
hometowns.
Their hometowns and stuff. And of course, the guy that Mike Farrell, who played B.J. Honeycutt, said in an interview once that he took his San Francisco sign. So I'll put that. Klinger. And here is Hawkeye. He's excited to get out of the package. He's hopping out of there. And he has almost like the doctor color type shirt underneath his army uniform. It looks like, it doesn't look like the regular army green like you see over here. And here's of course another picture of the cast members. I might save one of those, or maybe all of them. And there's like the stethoscope, along with, I believe, his dog tags are up in there too. And so I'll get him out. He'll be the first one out of the package. I wonder if these have different backings on them. I guess not. They're all the same. Oh, what's cool is you could also get these vehicles at the time, I guess. You get a Jeep, and you get the ambulance and the helicopter. So that's pretty cool. I'll have to look for those online sometime. But what was funny is every time they got into that Jeep, you knew they were going to get in trouble. Every time they got on that road, that damn road, they were always going to get shot at or something. Something was going to happen, bombed at or shot at or something, or they were going to get it stolen. It always happened every time, almost every time. I won't say every time, but almost every time. So anyway, he's about to come out of there, and then we got good old Colonel Potter, which if you look closely, you can see he's got glasses on. Which I think the only time he really wore the glasses when he was reading something. I don't ever actually remember him having them on full time. But they got him, he's got a little bit of white hair right there. He of course, was played by Harry Morgan. I said that a little bit backwards there. If you look closely, you can see the bird, the Colonel Bird on that side, and then he's got the medical symbol on that side, and it's just Colonel Potter. That's all. It's almost a shame they didn't come out with Colonel Blake. I think that would have been kind of a cool addition to see. To give you an option to have both colonels, and also they didn't come out with Radar. Now here's Father McKay. I'm wondering on Father McKay if they got two different versions of him, because they got this one with his usual get up and the hat, and he didn't wear the hat all the time, but he did have it on sometimes. So anyway, there he is. His dog tag. We'll put that over there. And we got BJ Honeycutt. And again, it's a shame they didn't make Trapper John. It would have been nice to have an alternative figure where you could alternate between Trapper John and BJ Honeycutt. And, or maybe if you weren't a BJ fan, you'd have your Trapper John. Because there was a lot of people that got upset when Trapper John left the show and BJ fell in for him. Now, I like BJ. I thought he was pretty cool. But, and I'm one of those people that's a huge BJ fan. But, with that being said, I would go with Trapper John also. I think I like the Trapper John in the movie better than the Trapper John in the show. I think he had more of a wild personality.
Yeah.
I think what they actually might have done, what it seems like to me, is they took Trapper John and BJ Honeycutt. If you took those two and you mixed them and put them in a blender, mixed them together, you would kind of get the Trapper John from the movie. Because it seemed like it was both of their personalities mixed together. So there you go. There's that one. And here's another one. I won't say that this is a shame, but I would have liked to see a Frank Burns figure. But we've got the Winchester. And, of course, you can't say Winchester without saying, I guess I just did.
Third.
There we go. I froze up there. I don't know what the heck happened. But you can't say Winchester without saying Charles Emerson Winchester III. It's almost impossible to say it without saying it like that. You got to put the third in there when you say Charles Emerson Winchester. You got to put the third in there. But no, he's pretty cool. I liked his character better than Frank Burns because the guys, when they would joke around with him and stuff, he could take a joke and he could dish it right back too, and that's what was kind of cool about his character. And towards the end there, he actually got kind of human, and he got to the point where he liked his music and he would play his music and stuff. And the very last episode, he met these Koreans. I guess it was, North Koreans?
Yeah.
Captured North Koreans, and he taught them, well, they already knew how to play, but he kind of did like a, what do they call that, Scott? Maestro?
Yeah, orchestra.
Yeah, kind of an orchestra type deal with them, and he started to really like them.
Yeah.
And then it was really sad whenever they got shot. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
They got killed
Yeah.
in the episode, and he got really upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't usually get upset about anything like that.
Yeah.
Um, in fact, and when he didn't barely blink an eye when he'd lose a patient. I don't think he really cared about him too much.
No.
But I think it was like the 8th or 9th season, he really started to lighten up and quit being such a snob.
Yeah.
And so that was pretty cool. That's what I liked about him. He didn't go running off to the... So anyway, I think I've talked enough about him. Nothing really much I could say about him. Let's move on to Hot Lips Houlihan. I almost said hooligan. The first season, I hated her character. I really did.
Yeah.
I thought she was a real bitch. And then her character changed over the years, and she got kind of more human, as I like to put it. And she became a little nicer, and she wasn't such a bitch anymore.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, it wasn't just the first season. It was like maybe the first maybe first 2.5 seasons.
Yeah.
She was a real bitch. She'd always go calling the general, and what she didn't know was the general had a crush on her.
Yeah.
So like, he didn't care about her military, whatever it was. He didn't do it out of respect. He just wanted to get in bed with her.
Yeah.
So she was one that was like strictly military in the first 2 seasons. She was like, oh, this unit is not strictly military and all this crap, and M.A.S.H is not supposed to be strictly military. There was a lot of civilian doctors that were in the M.A.S.H units at that time. So anyway, I'm glad to have her as a figure. As you can see there, you can see her dog tags, and you see her, I guess that's a watch, and she's a really good nurse and everything. So now, while I've got these M.A.S.H figures out, I'm going to compare. Here is Han Solo on card, not mint because he's a reissue Han Solo. I mean, if you look at it, it's like it really is the vintage Han Solo in there, but it's a reissue. And now we got G.I. Joe. Here's a G.I. Joe card back to do a comparison. Let's down a little bit, but as you can see, there isn't really that much of a difference. I thought when I first looked at the M.A.S.H card versus the G.I. Joe card, I thought the G.I. Joe was bigger. But now I'm lining them up, they don't look much bigger than each other. In fact, in the toy stores, and if they were out at the same time, which they weren't, M.A.S.H was 70. Let's read the back of this. It was 1970 through 82 was when the TV series occurred, and when this came out, I guess this came out in 82 or whatever, which was the last season for the series. But the G.I. Joes came out in 80. Well, yeah, they came out in 82, so they might have been on the shelves together. In fact, I think they probably were, because they probably based the size of these figures off the size of the G.I. Joes, and of course we all know this particular size of G.I. Joes was based off of this size of Star Wars figures. So that's your comparison if you want to compare it to size matters. We'll put those away now. And anyway, there's can't really stand her up. So there you go. Can't really stand her up at all. So that's the video I'm going to do for right now. Just wanted you guys to take a look at all the cards and everything. I thought these were kind of neat. But they're not going to be around for long because I'm going to open everybody up. But what I might do is I might cut out the tops here, cut them out, put them off to the side. I might save one card to hang on my wall somewhere, but I'm keeping all the figures, and I want to save one card so you have the back, because all the backs are the same. You got like these cool backs. I might, maybe one or two, I don't know. But I'll tell you that all of those were not cheap. I paid a pretty stiff price for them. So if you want to get them on eBay, I did win them at an auction though, so that was kind of cool. So if you're gonna get them on eBay, they're not gonna be cheap. You're talking about, those were like $103 for all of them. That includes the Jeep, the truck, and the what was the other thing? Oh, the ambulance, right? So, but anyway, that's just all I wanted to say about that. And Scott, you got anything to add to that?
No, I don't.
All right. Well,
It's
that
a good collection. That's all.
yeah. Well, that does it for me and Scott for right now. For everybody here at the Hebrew channel, we'll see you guys on either another live stream or another action figure review. Thanks for watching. Oh, where's my thumb? There it is. All right. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. All right. Just.